Assalamu alaikum. I hope all listeners are fine. I am your brother, Muhammad Obid Ali. Welcome to my channel, Al-Kantabi Horror Stories. At the end of this video, we have a social message, and in the form of a story for all the listeners with great advice, and especially for girls. Do listen and share it with others. Thank you very much. The thumbnail you clicked on the video to end its exploration. First of all, I want to convey the same story to all the listeners. If you are in a circle and many people are listening together, then turn on the speaker and read the Ayatul Kursi and listen to the story carefully. And if you are alone, then put your hands free. The silent bus stop of Devil's Point, a beautiful beach of two rivers, where in the dark of the night there are huts built on water, where people enjoy delicious food. But a little far from that place, there is a quiet and desolate place, which is called Devil's Point. Here, the bus never runs after 11 o'clock at night. Otherwise, you often don't get a bus after 11 o'clock. The person who sent this story says, maybe the bus still runs after 11 or 11.30. But when this incident happened to me, the bus only ran till 11.00. After the last bus, you don't get any bus there, and then you have to wait for all the restaurants to close, and it was 3 o'clock. At night, only then you used to get some or the other transport. Otherwise, if someone is going by chance, he will definitely give you a lift. Ahmed, who shared this story with us, he belongs to the area of Karachi Gizri, and he works as a waiter on two rivers. One night, Ahmed, who was busy in his service there, got into an argument with the manager due to the high rush. There is a lot of rush there on weekends, and the manager was a little strict, and I couldn't tolerate his words. Because of this, Ahmed says that I was very angry, and I was very sad because the manager scolded me a lot in front of the guest. So I left the restaurant without telling anyone. I went straight to Devil's Point from there, towards the same bus stop, which is quite far from all the restaurants. There is a separate place where fish are also hunted. The same place is also called Devil's Point. When Ahmed left the restaurant, it was 11.30 at night. Ahmed knew that there was no bus at that time, and he started regretting as soon as he left, because he was the only person in his house who was the support of the whole house, that God forbid someone comes after me to take me, so that I can go back to the restaurant. Because if this job is lost, then the food will also turn red. There will be hunger in the house, and after that, I may not be able to express my condition. Ahmed was regretting there, but now the time had come. So he kept going further towards the bus service, and when he reached there in the dark, Ahmed says that I saw only two buses from a distance. He went towards the first bus, thinking that big things are just present here today, and the lights inside were also on. When Ahmed tried to open the door of the first bus, it was locked, and Ahmed moved towards the second car, and saw that the driver was also sitting in it. So Ahmed was very happy when Ahmed climbed up the front door and asked the driver if this bus would pass. The driver only shook his head and said yes, and the driver's voice also came, but he did not turn his face towards me, and without thinking much, I sat on one of the front seats, where often women sit, because it was night time, and there was no other passenger other than me. Now I was waiting for the driver to drive the car, and because I was very sad, I had just had a fight, so I was quietly thinking. Ahmed says that I was very worried. I was just thinking, what will happen to me now? I will have to find another job immediately. Otherwise, the poor people at home will kill me, because the responsibility of the whole house is mine. The parents are my sisters. Now, I was just thinking that the car suddenly started and was slowly moving backwards, and Ahmed heard a lot of people talking from behind. Ahmed thought that there was no one here other than me, and at that moment Ahmed turned back and saw there was no one there. Ahmed got a little nervous because just now he had clearly heard some people talking, but there was no one behind, and at that moment Ahmed said to the driver that there is no one in this car other than us. Just now I heard clear voices from behind, but the driver did not answer, and at that moment he looked up and looked towards the speaker, that maybe this is my illusion, that maybe these are speakers, and I am thinking that there are people sitting behind. Maybe this is happening because of tension. Ahmed lost himself again while talking. In his thoughts, in his worry about his job, and all these things were going on. That suddenly the driver took the car from behind at speed and turned and went straight towards the Creek Vista apartment. If you are familiar with Dudaria, then the Creek Vista apartment is exactly near Dudaria. That is, there is a road that goes towards Dudaria. The car passed in front of the Creek Vista apartment, and at high speed, Ahmed said that drive the car slowly. I am very scared. How are you driving? It is as if you were flying the car in the air. But the driver did not answer anything, and Ahmed, who was a resident of Gizri, the car had to go on the Gizri route. The car had to go on the Gizri route, but the driver took the car from inside the Creek Vista apartment, which used to go towards the Creek Vista apartment, and he was also taking the car from such places inside. That now Ahmed was not even understanding that where is he going, and in anger, Ahmed said to the driver that how are you taking the car, and even if you are going, where are you going? My way is to Gizri. I don't think this is the way to Gizri. And the driver did not give any answer. Ahmed started beating the car, saying, stop, you drop me here. After all, where are you taking me from such an unknown route? And you are driving so badly, at high speed, as if you are very angry. The driver still did not answer any of Ahmed's questions. Ahmed's breath began to swell. He was very worried. From inside he understood that he might have sat in the wrong car. Now, I don't know where he is going, and what is going to happen to me in future, I don't know. And what happened to Ahmed after that? Ahmed says that I can never forget in my life. Suddenly, the driver's neck turned 360 degrees and turned backwards, and his body was right in front of him, and his hands were on the steering wheel, and the neck smiled and said, when you have to go home, then why do you worry? You have got this car. And wherever we are going, now you must have understood who I am. So it is better for you to sit quietly, because you are sitting in our car, and we have not called you. And after that, Ahmed says that when I saw his neck, I screamed badly to save me, and took out his hands outside the car and started calling out to each one to save my life. And I got stuck inside the car, but the view outside, Ahmed says that I have not seen in my life. The car was passing through such roads that while I was living here in Karachi, I didn't know what kind of places these were, and after that, I heard a devilish laugh. And when I looked at the driver, his face became so strange, as if he had no blood inside. He had turned completely yellow, and his face had shrunk. When a person does not have flesh inside, and there is only skin on the skull, his face became like this, and he ran backwards, and became unconscious. And after some time, some people were spitting water on Ahmed's face, and Ahmed got up, and people were saying, that is everything fine. What happened? While walking, he suddenly fell. So Ahmed said that while walking, I was in a bus. Probably, if I am not wrong, it was an accident bus, which often comes in two rivers. But how is this possible? Ahmed asked those people, who were spitting water on him. Ahmed said that what happened to me? How did I reach here? Because the place where Ahmed opened his eyes. Ahmed said that the place was very close to my house. It was the place of DHA, and it was very close to Gizri. And I was unconscious there. I opened my eyes. There was a crowd around me. People had gathered, and one person said that you were walking from a corner, and suddenly became unconscious. And a car passed by you, so we thought that maybe he hit you, and it was a bus, so he said that he didn't hit me. But I will get down from the same bus, but I don't remember anything. I became unconscious inside the bus. Ahmed told him what happened to him in a hurry, and after that he stood up. Our brother says that I was fine. But when I look at my watch, it was 3:30 in the night. Now I don't understand how long I was in the bus, and how long I was lying on the road. And there was a lot of silence behind me, because the young men who were picking me up, it was a gathering that was present there. The young men were present there. Apart from this, there was a lot of darkness and desolation on the road, and as always, I walked out of my house. Ahmed Bhai narrated a terrible incident about the place of the two rivers, Kamash and Devil's Point. He also told me the name of the restaurant, but I don't want to share it because this is not today's matter. It happened a long time ago. This incident happened in 2011 or 2012. Ahmed says that now the entire management has changed, and this is a long time ago. But because it is a matter of the privacy of the restaurant, that's why I don't want to share the name. People living in Karachi know the two rivers very well. It is a very peaceful and beautiful place, very liked by families and friends. I often go there with my family. But because there is an ocean in the darkness of the night, there is a strange fear. If everything is closed, you can't stay there, because the terror there kills a person. This was the story of the resident of Gizre, Ahmed, who is a very hard-working person, who did a lot of hard work there when he needed it in his life. And Ahmed says that today, Alhamdulillah, I am doing a very good job, and my life is going very well. Allah does not waste hard work. Thank you very much, Ahmed. And thank you very much for your prayers. Now, let's move on to another story. And now, the story that you are going to hear from all the listeners. This story is from a very good listener of ours. Our sister Parahan shared with us, who is related to Islamabad. Our sister says that we were preparing for a vacation, that is, to go somewhere, and the second day of Eid came. Our preparation was complete, and on the second day of Eid, we left for Lahore. We booked in Lahore. We reached the Hotel Ramada. As soon as we checked in at the hotel, the luggage, etc., shifted. Actually, it was a suite, which consists of more than one room. It is for a family. I, my children, and my husband, and the maid. When we were inside the check-in house, my husband said that I will meet one of my friends, and he went to meet someone. Now, I was alone in the room. I was with my children. The maid was also somewhere. Now, me and the maid who was with us, our sister, and apart from this, my children were also there, right in front of our room. There was another room that was open, whose door was not closed. Now there, I clearly saw with my own eyes that someone passed by. I saw this scene with my own eyes, but when I went there and saw there was no one there, I was very scared, very nervous. After my husband's arrival, I also mentioned this to him. Anyway, now it was night, and I went to my room, turned on the TV, and the channels started changing on their own. The remote was in my hand. I was trying to connect my favorite channel to the remote, as if it would connect, and the channel would change on its own. And no matter how many times the channel changed, it would only look like an Islamic channel, and this was very strange. Every time the channel would change on its own, and now, keeping the remote, I was watching the TV. that the channels started changing on their own. I found this strange, and when I told this to my husband, he asked me to take rest, so I said okay, and as soon as I turned off the light in my room, a strange face appeared in front of me, whose beard was very big and had a white face. The beard was also white, and when I saw it, I screamed. I may not be able to tell you my situation, the scene I saw. I was very scared, and when I shouted badly, my husband came to me and asked me what happened. He told me everything which happened with me, and my husband was also very surprised and worried. We had understood that the suite of Ramada Hotel, which we had booked, is haunted. Now, how will we spend 5 days here? Because we had booked it for 5 days, this was the first night when this strange incident happened. My husband said, "What should we do now?" We went to the reception to complain. They refused to believe. They said, "Nothing like this happens here. You must be mistaken." Now, obviously, who will ruin the name of their hotel? Who will accept it? That's why they didn't accept. And the next day, the car keys disappeared. Because we were going from there was nowhere in the room, and when we came down, we remembered that the car keys were not in our hands. When we went to get them back, we found the keys there. But where did the keys go in the beginning? Or who picked up the keys? Or maybe someone didn't want us to go. This incident, which our sister Perihan shared with us. Actually, this incident, as far as I can understand, because according to her, there was a library here, in the hotel, there was a school, and maybe because of this, a good creature came and stayed there, and it was saved. Sometimes it happens that where there is a good creature, you cannot be impure there. It does not tolerate, or where there is a way for them. If you pass through there, or if you sleep there, then they show their presence. They tell you that this is our place. So respect, or you leave this place, and if you are according to them, then they also help you. They don't let you go, maybe. Something like this happened with Perihan's sister's family. Anyway, this was their journey, their trip, which was very scary. They ended that trip very soon. Thank you very much for sharing your experience with us. Stay happy, stay blessed, Jadukala, and share the videos as much as possible. Thank you so much. And now let's move on to another story. This story, which I am going to share with all of you, is from our very old listener, Race Aftab Bai, who is from Lankana Mashayala. He is also the owner of Ali Garments. Race Bai says that, when I used to do the work of Paul Ceiling, many of you would know Paul Ceiling, who is often seen on rooftops, says that we used to get this work in big bungalows. And one day we got work in a big bungalow. My friend and I were present there. When we went there and visited, the owner of that house explained us the whole project, the work, and they left from there. After understanding the work, we worked the whole day, and when night fell, the work was done. Today's work was completed, and we started waiting for the owner of that house, because he was supposed to come, and we had to pay our daily wages. Because this work was on a daily basis, we started waiting for him, and when it got late, I called him, and he said that he will be late, because he was in some important work, but he was coming. It will be a little late, and because we were free, we didn't feel like staying here. My friend said that it is too hot here. It would be better if we go outside and sit there in the fresh air, because it is too hot here. The work is also done. And when we got down from the roof and started walking down the stairs, there was a woman sitting on the stairs. She turned her face towards the wall, and she was sitting there. It was night time, and we were scared to see that woman. We were so scared that we ran back upstairs. If anyone sees a woman sitting on the stairs in such a closed bungalow at night, they will get scared. We were in a bad condition. So we started running and waiting, and in a little while, the owner of that house came, and we got even more scared, because we thought that she was the same woman, the same witch that we saw in this house. She is a jinn, she has changed her form, and she has taken the form of the owner. We talked to her, and ran away from there, and fell down on the way. Later, the settlement was done, but our condition at that time can't be described in words. This was the story that reached all the listeners, which you all shared with us. There are many more incidents. We have many listeners who wait, their messages keep coming, and there are many stories which are pending. And now, the social message which I am going to share with you. Listen to this and share it with others. There was a get-together in Delhi, India. It was a meet-up of the office staff, who were co-workers. They made a plan to meet after a long time. One of them came from another city, and when their get-together was over, he had a lot of time in his flight, and in that get-together, a girl had a very good understanding with him. She became his friend. That girl said, "You have a lot of time in your flight, so instead of going to the airport, it is better to come to my house for some time and rest." So that boy said, "This is also better, and this way I will get rest." When that boy went to his house, it had just been a while when he suddenly stood up and he said, "I am hungry." So the girl was very surprised that we have just come from the meetup. Don't know what dishes were there. We ate so much, and you are hungry right now. So the boy said, "Yes. My condition is like this. I am hungry, and if I don't eat, my condition will get worse, so I will need medicine." And the medicine he mentioned, the girl said, "I will have to get it." The girl said, "There is a pharmacy nearby." So the boy said, "Give me something to eat, or come with me to the pharmacy." So the boy said, "What is the matter? We just ate so much, and he is hungry again. And his stubbornness is very strange." The girl said, "Now I have guests at home, so I will have to do it." So the girl got ready to go to the store with him. As soon as they left the girl's flat, the boy locked the house as soon as he left, and told the girl to call the police immediately. So the girl was surprised that why, so she said, "Call the police, because you live alone." So what was the boy doing downstairs when we had just entered this flat? And the girl got very scared after hearing this. And when she called the police caught her as soon as they came, because she was trapped inside. The boy locked her from outside. When the boy was caught, it was found that he was following this girl for a long time. He wanted to take advantage of her. This happened with a young lady doctor as well. Exactly the same incident kept happening. The girl survived because of her friend's intelligence. As soon as the boy saw that there is a boy downstairs, he made this excuse to eat, so that he could somehow take the girl out of the flat. And finally he caught the police, and that criminal said that I liked her very much. I wanted to take advantage of her. I was following her for a long time and keeping an eye on her every move. And when I came to know that she is gone today, I came inside her house and hid. And tonight my plan was to take advantage of her and kill her so that no one would know. But I was caught. Friends, did you see? That girl had so many prayers with her, and her time was not complete, that she survived. God saved her. And because of her friend's intelligence, be careful that no one follows you. No one is keeping an eye on you when you live alone, or you live in the form of friends, or there are few people in your house, then keep your eyes open around you. Thank you very much, friends. And friends, I am sharing after a long time, so everyone's incidents cannot happen. But gradually, everyone's incidents will be shared, God willing. Thank you very much. You like original stories from all the listeners who are very experienced, who like to listen from an experienced narrator, who have the experience of speaking and who know how to tell stories. If you also want to hear horror suspense stories, then we have a companion, we have a friend, Mr. Amir, who has created a channel in the name of Genetic, whose link you will get in the description. You must follow him to support him the way you love us. Mr. Amir is working very hard. Do subscribe to Mr. Amir's channel. Support him. Thank you very much, friends. Take care of yourself and your family. Keep praying and be in a state of purity. Remember that God has given you only one life in this world, but as a test, you have to complete your exam in this world, no matter what. And the exam is not just that you complete 5 times of prayer along with worship. You have to take care of your needs. You have to take care of people. You have to take care of your neighbors. You have to take care of your parents. And if you are married, you have to take care of your wife and your children. You have to live your life like a passenger, that you have been sent, and you have to go back, and you have to get up again on the day of Rousey Mashtar. And on that day, all the accounts will be equal. And if your good deeds will be equal to the grains of rye in the world, then God will exist. Remember, friends, thank you very much. Remember us in your prayers, and our parents too, if you stay alive. God willing, we will meet again. Till then, I ask for permission. Goodbye.